Everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome the newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey by hitting that subscription button. It's free, and hit the bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. I would just like to mention that if the video is a little bit too fast for you, up top there's 3 little buttons. You can click there, slow down the video to the speed you'd like. Also, right next to it, there's the CC letters for closed caption. You can turn that on, and you can read all the stitch that I'm calling down here. By pausing the video, take notes, will make it easier for you. Now, normally when I upload the videos, it takes about an hour for YouTube to search all my words that I'm saying, so it can appear on the closed captions. So don't panic if you don't see right away the closed captions, because the video has just been launched. It will show up in about a half an hour to an hour after the upload. I also would like to mention that if you have extra yarn, extra thread, and you'd like to help the women in need, we highly appreciate it and being very, very grateful for it. Thank you for the ones I already have helped and are still helping. If you'd like to donate, right below the video, there's a little bag of $. You can donate whatever amount you'd like. Nobody's asking for millions. Anything helps. It adds up at the end. You can also go into the description box. My PayPal account is there. You can donate through there if you'd like also. Please always give a thumbs up on the video if you like the video. It does help the video to circulate and also to be recognized worldwide. I gratefully appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's one way to help me out and to help to continue to create these beautiful pieces. Also share on your Facebook public. It costs nothing. Everything is free. There's no charge of anything. So please help out to grow the channel. I do have a Facebook group, private group. If you have a profile, you're more than welcome to request to be a member. It's free, of course, and we'll approve you. You must have a profile. Be careful with the links that you go into the groups that says cut and bit. These are fraud scammers that go through your phones, your computers, and take every information of yours. Do not open up those links. There's a lot of hackers in the groups now. That's why I made sure that my group is private. I want to thank every single one of you from the start being with me, and thank you so much for the newcomers. It costs nothing to subscribe, so please do so. Thank you so much, everybody. Everything will be listed always in the description box for every pattern that I create, the sizes, the thread that I use, which is Portugal thread. They're 100% cotton thread, 4-ply, which is similar to Aunt Lydia. Number 3, which number 3 Aunt Lydia is just a little bit thicker than my thread, not by much, but a little bit. I usually use a hook 3 or 3.5, a small one for tucking in loose ends, and a pair of scissors, of course. So thank you, everybody. Any other questions, suggestions, please feel free to comment. You can always get a hold of me if your intentions are to give some thread or yarn away. There's my email below the description box. There's my Facebook page that you can follow also, my Facebook group, my Instagram, my TikTok. So there's so many ways you can message me. Thank you so much, everybody. I hug every single one of you, and much blessings to all of you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, everyone, so today we're going to create a motive pattern for any creation that you would like. I'm doing this separate from the actual pattern that I have created already, one, and I'm going to do the tutorial on the second, because a lot of people sometimes they want the pattern for different projects, and it also is better for me because of the time consuming on the video. It takes too much memory on my mobile phone, so I'm going to separate it. In case you do want to create the same pattern, which I'll show you in a minute, then you will have to create this first and then go into the second part and continuing to do that pattern. Now, that is a creation I did for myself for my dining room, which will be, it's 2 table runners. By the way, 4-ply, 100% cotton thread, similar to Aunt Lydia number 3. And I'll be using 2.5 3.75 hook, a small one to tuck in loose ends, and a pair of scissors. Now for my project, I'm using the white, and I'm also using the gold blank, which is a like a nylon thread. It's a little bit thinner. I don't have a roll with me here right now because I am done. It was just the right amount for my project. I will have to get another one to do the second, to continue for the tutorial. But this is a very long runner. This is about 2 meters. It's supposed to hang on both sides of the length of the table. My table is a 6-seater in my dining room, and then I'm going to create a smaller one for the wideness of the table. So it's put in the table like a cross shape. Okay, and this is what my runner looks like. Now it's very big, obviously. It's all folded here. But, so I have this gold bling bling and the white, okay? And so, like I said, if you want to, then you can go into save this video or make sure that you are subscribed and have the notification bell to be notified. And so I'll be doing the tutorial on the runner, but the base will be separate so other people can have different ideas of creation. Okay, please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. And we are going to get started. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be using the 2.75, but to start off the first row, in order for it not to be too tight and curve like a U shape, and I get questioned a lot, my patterns are curving and this and that and so on and so forth. Like a few days ago, I got a comment from Miss Joy. So I hope, Miss Joy, you're going to see this video. And this is going to help you with the curving situation. That's because first, your tension's too tight. Second, your hook needs to be bigger, especially for people that have tight tensions. You must use at least 2 or 3 number up on the hook. So example, this is my 2.75. This is a 3.5, okay? And this is to start off the first line so it doesn't curl up or bend like a U shape. So we're going to start doing the slip stitch knot. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and don't tighten your tension because that's the problem. You need to have a bigger hook to make the first row ready to start off loose so it does not curve. Okay, we're going to do 34 single. So I've done my 34 chain. Another thing I want to explain to you on my runner, in case you're going to create your runner, I have 4 motifs here. But if you want to go wider, then you need to keep adding 9 more chain to the wideness that you'd like. On this one I have just in case you want to create it. So this is 27 centimeters, so you would have to keep adding by 9, okay? That's on the width. So it's going to be a very short tutorial because I'm just going to continue to create mine until I have the desired length, which that one is 2 meters, and I'm going to do this one about 1.5 meters for the wideness of the table. So 34 chain, and I'm going to do 2 more for turning. So a total of 36 chain stitch. I'm going to come back 1, 2, 3 on my 4th one, and I'm grabbing right on the center of the, change my hook before I forget, on the center of the 2 threads here, okay? So now we are going to do 7 groups of 7 double crochet. So you'll be having 4 groups of 7 double crochet. So 2, 4, 6, one more. And this is what I mean. You don't want to grab the outside loop. You want to go right on the center so it does not curve. Okay. So I have my 7 double crochets. I'm going to do chain 2. I'm going to skip 1, 2 space, go into the third, and create my 7 double crochets again. So in case that you want to do the same runner as I just did, and the good thing about that runner is you can go the wideness you want or the length that you would like. Okay, so do your 7 and then 2 chains, skip 2 space, and then 7 again. We're going to have 4 groups of 7 for the 27 centimeters wide that I want. 2, 4, 6, one more, 7, and 2 chain. 1, 2. We're skipping 2 space on the third one. Again, we're going to create okay, so we're going to have the 4 groups. I'll meet you at the end. So I've done my 4 groups of 7 until the last one. Now, sometimes, usually I can hide this pretty well, but some people sometimes they have a hard time hiding. So what you can do is you can take this last slip stitch you did there, and that's it. And all you have to do afterwards is hide the thread as you're going along with your project. Okay, so now we're going to turn our work. And this is going to be a repeat until your desired length. Okay, so I came back in the same space with a single because I don't want a line going up. Next space, double crochet. So we're creating those groups of 7 double crochets again. Okay, so this is very simple, very easy. That's why it's going to be a very short tutorial, because it's just a repeat. Chain 2 always. Now if you wanted to decorate it and not just have little squares going up, here's an idea for you. It's up to you. You could do a 2 chain, come in the center and close with a single, and then 2 chain again, and then go back up and do like an X on it, right? That's just another idea. You could even do 1 row like this, 1 like that, or just all of them like this, like an X. So that means that the next row you would do just a 2 chain like we have down here. So that's just simple ideas for you. Because I'm doing only squares, so I'm going to continue with my squares. I'm not doing any other design. I think there's enough as it is with the table runner. And it will look stunning. I had it many, many years ago. I used to use it on my table, my dining room table, with just like a cross shape, you know, of runner and hanging on both sides. And it's been quite a few years I haven't used it that way, so we'll use it for a little while. Okay, so we created again the 7 double crochets, 2 chain, and it's just a repeat now all the way to the end the same way. Okay, now you can measure your table if you're going to create this specific pattern, and if you want it hanging or just as a centerpiece, you can go the length that you would like also. So as you can see, there is no curving down here. It stays nice and straight because we used a bigger hook down here. So Normally when your patterns start to curve, it's your tension that's too tight and your hook has to be bigger in order for it to fall properly. Okay. So I've come to the end. We're always going to have the same motifs going all the way up. Now you turn your work. I'm going to come back in the same space again and create a single and two, or I should say one chain. Sorry, I'm going to do one chain for me, but you can do two chain if your tension is too tight, okay? And the other one I did one chain and I was forgetting. So single, but that's for the size of my double crochet. If your double crochet is longer, then you obviously have to do a single and two chain, okay? So very simple, nothing to it. A beginner can do this, two chain space, and then just go back in on top of the next one. So I'm going to continue to do a little bit more, then come back to you and show you, and then explain to you in case you want to create that same runner, okay? Okay, everyone. So this is pretty much all the way through the same way. Nothing changes except, of course, if you're doing any other motives around, which you can make placemats, square placemats with the same motif as there, depending upon the size you want. One thing to remember is if you're doing like this specific design or similar at the edge, you have to finish this odd number, okay, in order to get this properly in, or else you can't get it properly in. You'll have to make an adjustment to it. So it's going to be odd numbers. And like I said, if you want it to be wider, then you just keep increasing by 9 chain. That's not counting the 2 last chains we did to turn around, okay? So you keep just doing 9, 9, 9, 9, 9 to create these motives, because we do have 7 plus we skipped the 2 chain, or we're doing 2 chain here, so that would be your 9, okay, for each motive wideness that you would like. So I'm going to, once I am done the tutorial, I will link that one in case you miss it. I will link the link to that one, which is this one I'm creating, below into this motif pattern in the description box. And I'll do the same thing, of course, to this one, because I'm creating the whole thing, and probably it's going to take 2 videos for it, because there's a lot of, or maybe not. There's a little bit of details, but the details, it's always repeat, so it's not like I have to record the whole thing. So it's just a little bit of this row, a little bit of this row, and then this row, and then so on. Okay, and remembering that you can use whatever colors you want. You don't necessarily have to use the gold. You can use blues, you can use yellow, orange, depending upon what you have on your dining room, or use it for your kitchen table, even smaller. As long as you do odd numbers, you're okay to go with that pattern. So this does it for this tutorial. Stay tuned for the rest of the tutorial for this pattern for the people that are going to follow and create. And don't forget, if you have a tight tension and your stuff starts curving up, especially like down here, make sure that you do use a bigger hook, larger, in order to have a nice straight flat line. Okay, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next tutorial. God bless everyone, stay safe, and have